Currently, there are multiple mass firings that are happening here inside the United States, meaning people are being let go because of their own performance and not because of a company restructuring or downsizing, which means they were laid off. Now, what is happening right now in these mass firings that are currently underway are potentially going to impact you in the very near future. Now, I know a lot of people think that they would only be impacted if they are fired, but that's not necessarily true. Talked to a friend of mine just the other day who was fired. He was fired from the Parks Department here in the United States. Guess what? That park has since actually shut down. Now, there's some other issues that are going on, and this has to do with weather. Because just the other day, look at this. It says mass firings across the National Weather Service and the NOAA ignite fury among scientists worldwide. I want to explain what's going on and how this mass firing event that took place just the other day is actually going to cause people to panic, especially meteorologists. Now, I'm going to break this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how you could be negatively impacted very soon. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So let's talk about this mass firing event, specifically at the NOAA. Now, I want to read this article to you. This right here is from the Los Angeles Times. It says, mass firings across National Weather Service. The NOAA ignite fury among scientists worldwide. Well, why? Well, let's get right down to it. It says, as federal job elimination struck the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or the NOAA, and the National Weather Service on Thursday, scientists and environmental advocates denounced the cut, saying they could cause real harm to Americans. Now, I reached out to a friend of mine. Okay, this friend of mine does work for the NOAA. Now, his job was safe. He didn't get fired, but he is a little bit concerned not only about potential new firings that could come down today or this next week, but he's a little bit concerned about how he is able to effectively do his job. And I'll read the comment that he gave me in just a moment. I want to continue reading this. It says, the full extent of the layoffs across NOAA were not immediately clear, but Democratic legislators said hundreds of scientists and experts had been notified of terminated employment. It says NOAA includes the National Hurricane Center and the Tsunami Warning Center, is the latest of the string of federal agencies targeted for cuts by billionaire Elon Musk and his so-called Department of Government Efficiency. One representative, Jared Huffman, said Musk's sham mission is bringing vital programs to a screeching halt. People nationwide depend on NOAA for free, accurate forecasts, several weather alerts, and emergency information. Purging the government of scientists, experts, and career civil servants and slashing fundamental programs will cost lives. Says the NOAA remains dedicated to its mission, providing timely information, research, and resources that serve the American public and ensure our nation's environmental and economic resilience. We continue to provide weather information, forecasts, and warnings pursuant to our public safety mission. Okay. Keep in mind that these are supposed to be firings and not layoffs. Here's what you need to understand. The key difference between being laid off and being fired is that getting laid off is the fault of an employer. Okay? When you are fired, it occurs because that's the employee's fault. All right? So that's the key difference. Now, I want to read one other thing to you, and then I want to read this comment. It says the Trump administration layoffs hits the NOAA, an agency that forecasts weather and hurricanes. Look at this right here. It says some fired employees were given less than 2 hours to leave the office. Okay, this is according to a source with direct knowledge who asked to remain anonymous. They said the staff that manages NOAA's central weather forecasting models scrambled in that time frame to transfer access to employees who remain at the NOAA. Okay. Now, here's the reason why I read that to you. I want to read you a comment that one of my friends gave me. Okay? This is what he said. He says, and I quote, "This is going to impact the entire nation, not just us here at the NOAA. I can see these reductions hindering us from doing our jobs effectively. We rely on so many of these experts to determine what is an emergency. Not only do we rely on them, the people count on all of us to get pertinent information out in a timely manner. Sometimes weather events are a life or death situation. I just hope with these firings, there aren't gaping holes in our system." Now, when we talked about this, here's what he said, and this is why I brought up this one right here, where some fired employees were given less than 2 hours to transfer access to the other employees who remain at the NOAA. Here's the problem. When you hear that, okay, you've been fired, here's what happens. And again, I want to bring this up, not saying that this is happening, but there's a very high likelihood that somebody is doing this. When you are fired, you could care less about the company that just let you go. You're not thinking clearly. You don't care about who it's going to impact. You just, okay, I'm fired. All right, get out of my face. I'm out of here. Okay? I'm going to pack up my stuff, and I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be here. You don't want me here? I don't want to be here. Okay? That's what people think. So for people at this, the National Weather Service, the NOAA, that were just let go without much of a notice, said, okay, you got 2 hours, get out of here. Do you think they transferred everything over? No. Do you think they gave all their passwords and all the information and anything that they're working on over to the next employee? Probably not, right? So if somebody was looking up some huge disaster that's about to hit us here in the United States, you think they gave that to the next person? Let's hope so, but there's a chance that no, it didn't happen. Now, here's the reason why I bring this to your attention. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I understand where this is coming from today, but if we continue to see this, and yes, I think that there are some agencies here in the United States that have just gotten way too big. We don't need that many employees. But again, how it's all happening and how the Department of Government Efficiency is just laying people off, it's crazy. Now, could this be a good thing? Yes, it could. But also, could this bring devastation to the United States? Absolutely. When you think about the recent big fires that we've had, okay, the Maui fire, where it looked like that, yes, it was the utility company that caused part of this to happen, or was a main part of it. You look at the LA County fires, okay, like the Pacific Palisades. Again, you look at the utility company, they shut off the power that pushed the water up the hill, right, to give it pressure so that these fire hydrants had pressure that they could put out the fires. And so they shut the power off. Now you think about this in a different sense. Well, what if there were firings or layoffs to utility companies, which there are right now? What if it happened at the wrong time and now people started to lose their lives? That's the warning I want to give you. That having too many people, again, sometimes it means we're wasting money, but having not enough people or transferring someone's process and job to somebody else at the wrong time, could be catastrophic. So again, I just want you to understand how we here in the United States could be negatively impacted because of these mass firings and layoff events. Something may be missed in the transfer. So just keep that in mind. All right? So I just want to share that with you today because I know a lot of people were kind of up in arms, especially yesterday, once they started to learn about this. And when I learned about this, reached out to a few friends of mine, one gave me that comment, and I thought, you know what, that's true. What if there are gaping holes in their system, but they don't see it? They don't know that. There may be something that's missed. So if you have any questions regarding today's update, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, that is what we have for you guys as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.